What's going on, everyone? We're back out at the farm today. We're doing another pruning video just for you guys that want to learn how to prune your cherries. I'm super excited about this one because cherries are probably one of my favorite summertime treats. You got tart cherries, you got sweet cherries, and they are so versatile and delicious. So a great snack. And we got this tree behind us here that is in its 4th year of growth, needs to get pruned up. We've already done some preliminary shaping last year, but now we're really going to do some actual shaping this year for you guys. And I'm really excited about it because there's a lot to talk about. So let's get going and hopefully you guys enjoy. So like we always talk about, shape. It really matters, the tree from tree to tree, what you do. Some are gonna say go to an open center. Others will say go to a modified central leader, just like with the plums. We talk about this, just like with the apples, we talk about this. There are 2 choices. You don't have to go to an open center if you don't want. With cherries, you need airflow and you need sunlight. With cherries, sunlight is so critical to ripening the fruit properly. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have some scaffolded branches. We're going to have a main central leader growing up. We're going to choose that main central leader, and then we're ultimately going to create layers to our tree so that we have floors that the fruit can live on. We talk about this all the time in every video. You want layers the fruit can live on comfortably. So those layers are going to be about 2 feet apart. And that gives us a good amount of space where the branches can get heavy, can droop down, not crisscrossing or kind of collapsing on top of each other. So we're going to start out pruning any dead, dying, or diseased, right? So I got a dead branch there. I got a dead branch there. This can happen over the winter. It can happen sometimes from stress or whatever. I got another dead branch right there. So dead, dying, and diseased. Next, we want to prune anything that is crossing. Crossing branches creates friction points and chafing. We don't want that. So that's crossing. This one over here is growing up and kind of crossing as well, but it's also stacked on top of each other. It's not a great thing. So I'm going to just take that right out. So it's not stacked anymore, and it's also not necessarily growing up and crisscrossing. We got a branch here and a branch here, right on top of each other. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose that upper branch to keep so that they're no longer stacked right on top of each other. Then I have a branch here growing up and a branch here growing underneath it. And I don't want that because that's just going to get shaded. And again, sunlight is so critical to ripening your cherries, and you want good fruit to ripen. You want good ripening, otherwise you'll end up with just really bland or very tart cherries that never fully develop their flavor. So next, we got, again, modified central leader. Follow the trunk, follow the trunk, follow the trunk, follow the trunk. We got a fork here. Forks aren't great because that means we're gonna have a problem. So we're gonna take out those 2, select this one, that's our main central leader. Then from here, again, if this tree is straight up, this branch is just too close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prune just like that, something like that. You know, I want a good distance between my branches, but I don't want this branch getting real super tall because it's going to start to compete for my main central leader here. And ultimately, anything growing straight up, anything growing straight down, we're going to cut those. And then with the length, we want the length to be like a Christmas tree. The limb length at the bottom is going to be the widest. The limb length at the top is going to be the shortest. We want it to be kind of like a pyramid shape or like a Christmas tree shape. So we're going to take these and just kind of give them a little snip at the end, reducing their height a little bit and encouraging branching. But then as we go up, this branch here, compared to this branch here, we got a problem because this branch is longer than this branch and we need to go for a pyramid shape. So I'm going to come back here, we're going to prune that off. So now this branch is not as long as this branch. We got an extra probably 10 inches of branch length here that this is never going to get less sunlight than this top branch. Same thing with this one, right? Bring it across, kind of bend it down, look at it. This branch is taller or is longer than this branch. So I'm going to take it, cut that off there. This branch and this branch, I'm not loving the shape still, even though there's nothing on this side of me. I'm going to probably I don't love it no matter what. I'm just gonna take that off because I changed my mind. That's how it is sometimes when you're pruning fruit trees. And ultimately, it seems like we pruned off a lot, but what we have kept is we've kept strong branches that are going to be stacked. They're gonna give good growth. They're gonna give good fruit. And then on top of all that, they're gonna create a good shape that's going to build out the structure over time. So, you know, with a tree like this, it's only in its 4th year. There's not a tremendous amount I can really talk about other than those kind of same repeated steps. If we went to another tree, it would be just as fast and you'd be just as overwhelmed. You know, if you're overwhelmed now, I'd encourage you just to watch the video over again, simply because these pruning guides for pruning these young trees and get the shape, they follow the same rules. And so it's just gonna be kind of redundant if I do it again on another tree. But watch the video again, slow it down, pause it at different parts, take notes. I cannot encourage you enough to do that because the same rules apply from tree to tree. Even when the shape of the tree changes or differs slightly, it still follows the same guidelines that you go by. And so the last thing I encourage you to do is let me know if you have any comments or questions in the comments box down below. I will always do my best to answer those questions and to help you out. But pruning fruit trees is one of the most important things you can do. It's very critical to making sure the shape stays healthy for the longevity of the tree. It hurts now, it pays dividends later. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all learned something new. As always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel reminding you to grow bigger, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. See ya. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care. Bye.